Hey guys, Archer Dragon, and today I have a new minigame for you. It's called Speedy Graffiti, and this was actually requested by one of the fellow subscribers, so thank you for suggesting this one, since I was actually not going to be making this one since it seemed too hard and complicated, but hey, I guess it is possible. Alright, with no further interruptions, let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, so first, let's actually go to this tube since it has a bit of redstone and command blocks, although it only seems like there's only buttons. So let's actually diagnose this puppy. I broke a block. Okay, no worries. I gotta put it back real quick. Okay, so let's go on with the first. I should probably put a sword in my hand so I won't break anything, right? I think if you have a sword, let's get that right. Weaklings here. I can't break stuff, right? Perfect. All right. So these 4 commands are pretty obvious. The top 2 teleport you to these top 2 clouds, and the bottom 2 to these bottom 2 clouds. So let me just show you. That goes here, and as you saw in the little preview, the other ones also work. And then this last one, when you click on it, it's going to tell you a 3, 2, 1 go, or no, 3, 2, 1 ready timer. And when it says ready, you're going to start playing the game. So the way that works is when you press this button, like the one I broke right here, it sets a block between here. So basically, what we have here is, let's actually get a redstone. No, let's use a pretend redstone block. Let's get this red one, and let's pretend that's a redstone block. So what? And then let's get sure. So basically, the way it's structured is there's an empty slot in the middle, like as you see here. And when you press that button, there's a redstone block that appears here, and that's how it activates all 6 command blocks. Okay, now that I explained that, it basically sets a command block, a redstone block inside there, and then this one, like always, it breaks it. But I'm gonna tell you when in a bit. But first, it's gonna activate this one since it's title. Add everyone title, 0 tick delay. So as soon as it detects it, it's gonna say 3. Let me show you. Nah, it's cool. And then this one in 25 ticks, which is basically 1 second and 0.5 ticks. I don't know exactly how much is one tick, but 20 ticks is 1 second. So slightly after a second, it's gonna say title 2. And then after 2 seconds and a half, it's gonna say 1, and then it's gonna say ready, like in the game. I was gonna put go, but in the game it says ready, so we're just sticking with ready. So title, add title, ready. These are all gonna be impulse, need redstone, and with the tick delay. And then this bottom one, as you see here, after ready, it says 75 ticks. So make sure this one's higher than that. So I put 90 tick delay, and it basically just deletes the redstone block. If you delete the redstone block before it even mentions what number it is, it's gonna just stop. It's not gonna actually make the title of the number. And then lastly, this top block, it just sets a redstone block 8 blocks above this one. So you count 8, and it lands right here. Oh, what did I click? Nothing. Let's just delete that space bar just in case. So sets a redstone block here. This top one deletes it after 20 ticks. So basically, these 4 have to be activated, and all these 4 do is basically just install or place a stone pressure plate at this coordinate. And all these 4 coordinates are basically 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's seal this puppy up. There you go. And then once it places a redstone block, once it places a trap, oh my god, pressure plate. Can't talk today. Where is it? Doesn't matter which one it is, but I use a stone one because why not? Because there's no white one. Once you press this pressure plate, as you see here, you can start drawing or painting Let's get out of the pressure plate. Oh, actually, I forgot I finished it. Okay. The reason why is because when you press this pressure plate, you're activating this command block. It's an all 4 clouds. And basically, I wish I could, well, hopefully I will type this one down, put it on the command block. I mean, put it on the comments below so you guys could copy paste this. You just have to change your variable of how forward and how up, because, and also recommend to make sure this thing is minimum 22 blocks away from where you're drawing, because if you get any closer, since this works as a circle, or basically with the radius command, if you, let me just show you this real quick. There you go. If you put radius of 3, you cannot do a square this big, because you're gonna place these and then you're gonna start placing here. So the further you go, the bigger this section becomes. And what you want to do is make sure that the circle is super huge like this. So this, you have a big old flat section so you could draw, or else you're gonna have like some blocks popping up or back. So make sure you know how you have your section separated from where you're gonna be drawing. In my test, I had it shorter. Anytime you hit to the corners, instead of placing a block inside here, you place it in top. But let's go with the command block. All right, so the command block, it says execute at, and you put at player, and then parentheses radius equals 6. So anyone that's 6 blocks away, you don't want that guy operating on this command block. So just put radius of 6, and then you put fill, or run fill, and then you put these little triangle things. I'm not too sure what this is called. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. I always just call them little like upside down V's or whatever. It's basically in your keyboard when you shift the number 6. But anyways, this means wherever your character is looking at. So this, and then 1.5. The reason why is because when I didn't have 1.5, let's just make a little grid here. Whenever I was aiming at the block between, it somehow placed blocks under. But if I look at it at the top corner, it will place it in the right place. So just to, get rid of that issue, I put wherever you're facing 1.5 blocks above, and then facing again 22, so 22 blocks away. And then you put space. So this is the first set of coordinates. The second set of coordinates is the same thing, because you want it to fill from this block to this block, which is basically the same one. And then you put redstone block, and that's gonna be the same for all 4. So that's basically how you paint, and how it says 3, 2, 1, ready, go, and you start painting. Now underneath these, or not really underneath, I guess behind, because that one's kind of exposed, there's another command block. All it does is just fills here, fill wherever it's at, -5, +1, +7, wherever it's at, +15, +15 air. So whenever you place the block anywhere here in front, just search to air in case you actually did manage to get this far off. Not these should break with when the game resets to the next level. All right, now let's go to the other side. Okay, now the hard part. It's not really that hard, so let's break it down to one section, which is one of these 4 sections right here. And all we're doing, actually, I had my initial idea was to actually have a slot of empty spots, and you could choose whatever color. So when you choose red or green, depending what player you are, when you do this, it will activate it and it'll start pushing stuff over. And it was working. The only bad thing is that each time you reset, like you use the structure block to load all these sections, all these get activated. They feel like they got moved, so they get activated. So as soon as you place this, it basically starts it like if you're already finishing, like with all this sand or powder already in the floor, because it felt the movement. So this got crossed off, and then I kind of like gave up on it for a couple of days, and then finally came up to this design, which is way easier. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but basically how I showed you earlier, when you paint or wherever you look and you put redstone blocks, all you're doing is just extending this row of concrete and then finally pushing the last concrete powder. So let's actually push this one so we can see. It pushes it, and then it falls here. And then once you actually push all of them, like you basically engage all of them, let's engage one line. That powder fell there, that one fell there, that one fell there, there, and there. So now that this offside goes, you see how there's this redstone block here, and there's also a redstone repeater there. So now that there's powder between all of them, the redstone could actually pass through all of this and turn off this torch. And then same thing to here. Once you turn on, let's actually activate all of them. You can do it from the other side, or you can just do this. Once you do this, let's not do, shoot. Okay, good. I'm missing one. Oh, that corner one, perfect. And that corner. Okay, as you see here, all these have been pushed already, so there's no more concrete powder in the edges. There's concrete powders on top of the orange ones. So, and this shape, I'm not gonna teach you exactly how I did it because it's different. Like in a circle, it's obviously a circle shape. In the triangle, it's obviously a triangle shape. This is kind of simple because you could easily tell where the concrete powders fall. So this falls here. But just make sure wherever you are, there's an orange block in front of it. So right here, in front of there, that means that it's gonna fall here. And so this slot right here. So let's go to the square one. This looks more simple, I think. But basically, once you finish all of them, which right now we're missing that one, the redstone, all the redstone is gonna activate all these torches and it's gonna turn them off. Once they're all off, this thing's gonna contract and it's gonna and it's going to be activating both of these commands. So let's actually turn on the last one the right way. It gets pushed and it gets dropped. Now that it's dropped, it turned it off. And why did it not go off? Because we are missing. Why aren't we? How? Oh, I'm missing that back one. Totally forgot. Okay, so let's do this back bottom one. I forgot. And once it pushes all there, as you see here, this thing contracted and activated these two. Right now these are empty because these are just like placeholders. Let's actually turn off, break this thing right here. Okay, that's basically how it works. Once you, let's say, paint, because it's a graffiti one, once you paint this whole square, there's basically pistons that push blocks that drop the concrete powder that make this thing go down. Same thing for every single one of these. So I could literally let's do a circle real quick. Oh, I forgot. I have to do this. Okay. Let's activate all of these and actually leave that one there. And you see here, there's still one more. So this is thing still up until every single one turns to redstone block. It's finally gonna fall and it's gonna drop these two. And again, these are just placeholders. So that's how every single one works: triangle, circle, and square. So that was the hardest thing to kind of figure out. But then it became the points. I didn't have this row at the beginning, and I added it so you could see how far you're ahead from the competition. You could just glance them real quick, or if you have a third person, you could just be looking at the screen and see how far you're winning. Okay, so once these drop, unlike those down there, these actually have things in here. This one's actually empty because you could add your own stuff here. I'll tell you in a bit. But basically, when you drop it, this basically just sets a redstone block right here. Oh, it goes pretty fast. Right here. The other one is you could literally put like title and put +1 or something, or good job, or I don't know, like a +1 and then +2, +3. So each time you're playing, you can see. But since we have this up here, I actually took that off. I think one of those used to have a +1 when you activate it, but doesn't matter. So for right now, we just know this thing drops. This thing sets a redstone block up here. And obviously when you press a redstone block, since it's a piston, this redstone block is going to get pushed here. And then the concrete powder is going to fall down and it's going to be making like a little snake way all the way over here. And then this is going to get activated. So let's just show you once. So that gets pushed up. This gets dropped. And now this one. Yellow for me is triangle because of Angry Birds. You know, the yellow bird. I don't know. That's why I think yellow is triangles. But anyways, so now that hits yellow, you can see the triangle here. And the same thing. Once the character or the player activates all these get activated. This one drops down and activates this one, which is basically going to, okay, good. I thought I was gonna break something. Gonna push this one more time and it's gonna activate the green. Green is square, right? Yeah, green is square and blue is circle because blue sounds like circly. So when you push it one more time, it's blue one. So now it's a circle. And obviously the way I do this is with the bottom, there's structure blocks, structure loading command blocks. So structure load, triangle block, 121, 38, 344. Now I'll keep saying that I'm going to be doing a tutorial of how to use structure blocks and I'm not making them. So I'll probably, if you guys really want to, I could do it. If not, I'm not going to do it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of tutorials, but just a quick little reminder of how there's basically these blocks called structure blocks. You could only get it by /skip command. And then once you do it, you can select a certain amount of land by using X, Y, and Z coordinates. And for example, I save this file right here. Well, let's actually put load, and let's load it up here. Okay, I save this one here, and basically every single time I want to place this, I could literally put the name of this, which is triangle block. You can name it 001 or whatever you want to name it. I'm just putting it kind of specific so I could not mess it up with a different minigame that has the structure blocks. And let's go back up. Well, we're in the bottom one. Let's stick in the bottom one. Which one were we on? We're on one that's already, there you go, started. Okay, so basically that one sets a structure block of square block. So structure load square block 121 minus 38 344, and that is basically this coordinate right there. So it's gonna send this circle in here, and obviously as you keep pushing it, the only thing that change is the name. So it's gonna keep the same 121 338 344, but this is a square block. This one's gonna be the same thing, but it's a circle block, then triangle block, square, circle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, all the way to the end. Oh, and since these are different sizes, you see how this one's longer than these two. Make sure that they're all the same. You see how the X and Y is the same size box, or else when you do them, they're gonna be off. Just make sure they're the same size. Okay, once you get pushed all the way to the end, after a couple of tries, I think they're like 12 or something. Well, let's actually look at this. When you activate this goes up, and then when it goes down, it activates this block, which basically sets another block here so it can continue. Obviously you do that so it could keep lighting up these blocks all the way to it hits the end. When it hits the end, this just fills, is a slash fill command, and it just fills from this block here all the way to the end with air. So let's just hit that right now, and then it'll be air. And then this one is just a brings down, it basically just breaks the block that lands right here. I'll tell you about that later. So basically after you do this for a couple times, and obviously this gets pushed all the way here, you can make it shorter. I made it long so people have a chance to like do a comeback at the end. Maybe the guy's not used to at the beginning, but then he's pretty good, so it has enough chance to catch up. But basically once you get all the way here, let's put that there. That tower goes back to its place, and the reason why is because I use another structure block. And as you see here, this is basically what it's doing. It's making all this air, it's making this little tower, and it's making the back one air. So let's go back up here, and let me show you which one that one is. I think it's this one. Nope. 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 No. Oh, here it is. Structure, this one's called Speedy YR. It's for Speedy, I want to say Gonzalez, but Speedy Graffiti, I guess. I'm not sure why I named it this, 000, and I just put wherever it's at, tilde, tilde, 1 tilde. So basically right here. So that one over there makes this stay here, or makes this pop up like that. And then it also activates these other ones. So for example, this one sets the block air, but after 5 tick delay, so after it gets enough time so this could all activate itself. This one sets a redstone block on that thing down there. I'll tell you what that does in a bit. This one doesn't have anything because it's where you're going to be putting, maybe you want to put that whoever wins 5 coins, or maybe you're giving money or giving diamonds. Here's where you're going to put slash give a player, blah, 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 blah. So that's just for you. I'm working on a Mario Party board minigame, so I'm going to probably be giving coins or something. So that's why that's empty for right now, because it's not done yet. Or at least that's not done yet. So here you can put whatever you want, and then you're gonna be putting basically these 4 blocks right here, which this basically just sets air to 4 different locations. So this is set air, set air, set air, or set block air. And these 4 locations are just the 4 locations we saw earlier above the clouds. So that makes it when a character or a player completes all the full line, it basically removes the pressure plate that's underneath every single player off. So if you're halfway, you cannot continue your game, and you can see who was the winner because it erases it after. So whoever doesn't have a bar is the one that won, and you have 3 or 5 or 7, those are obviously the ones that lose. In the one of the games I played with my friend, we actually tied. We both actually finished it on the same time. So when I looked at his score, his was also deleted, and I was like, oh shoot, I never expected to be a draw in this game. So I guess you could do a draw, but that's basically it. The whole idea is pushing a sand here and then making the redstone powder or power to go all the way here, so we can bring it down and set a redstone block here, which just sets structure blocks. I mean structures, one over the other. Oh, this background is just decorative, so it's just a slash particle Minecraft tilde dragon death explosion emitter 126 minus 30 363, and that's basically just the center. I think it's like a block or 2 blocks above this in front of here, just like right here. So it just explodes, just so when you break it, you could see a little bit of animation. I tried having some other type of particle, but I couldn't make it work. So sorry about that. So that's basically it. Yeah, so it's not too hard. I think just the most complicated. Oh, I forgot this thing. That sends a block all the way over here, and I actually missed where these numbers are going. So when you set this redstone block here and you place it, it's supposed to be placing a block here. Well, it doesn't supposed to be placing. It actually places it. Basically, every single player's like score. But when you place the block here, it doesn't actually break these things. So as you see here, it doesn't actually break them because it can only be activated from the side or from the bottom. So I'm just gonna probably delete that part. I actually want to keep the score there, so I want to not do that as long as the game resets, which that has to take care of it, not this. But basically, that's about it. Hopefully you like it. It took a while to make, and I probably would have not made it if no one would have requested. So thank you for requesting it. And I'm gonna be trying to do the mini game that I was told. They asked for this baseball one from Mario Party 8, and seems more impossible. But hey, I thought this was impossible before. But thanks to Baylor Wilson for requesting this minigame, now we have this minigame. So sooner or later, I'll probably be able to make any minigame. So thank you very much for waiting. I know it took a while, and I have another minigame over there that I'm going to be probably showcasing soon, that I made a while back ago, but I haven't been able to have time. And this is how it looks like. Let's see if someone could guess what minigame this is called. And thank you guys for sticking around. This is Archer Dragon once again, and have a great one. Bye bye.